and tart straight to your heart, citrus sunshine at your service. I'm back from Offkai. I'm so excited to tell you guys everything that happened. Well, not everything, but like a lot. It's because it was a lot. Hi. Oh my god, I've never been so excited to see home slices in my entire life, I feel like. Oh my god, I feel like I've been at war. I've been on some kind of evil death march for the past 2 weeks. It's finally here. I can finally just yap and chat to you guys. Oh my god. I'm so excited. Welcome in, everyone. Hi, West of 6. Hi, Glistening. Hi, Happy. Hi, Necro. Hi, Wage. Hi, Spatula. Spatula, thank you for the 29 months of resubscription. Thank you for staying at home slice for so long. Oh, let me hydrate. I hit my table so hard that it almost hurts. Hi, Jinsei. How are you? Other than that, welcome in. Hi, Grade. Stop gaslighting. Gaslighting. Listen, Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. I'll talk about the gaslighting in a second. Welcome in, Double C. Can't wait to hear the stories. I can't wait to tell you guys. Hi, Azure. Hi, Thupshot. I hope I can go to a con like this at some point. Yeah, I think that everyone should go to Offkai. It seemed like it was awesome for VTuber fans, my god. Azure, thank you so much for the 10 months of resubscription. Citrus Deadbolt Sunshine, oh my god. I need to go in order. I will tell you guys every single event that happened at Offkai in order. Because if I go too fast, I'll miss everything. And every single second of Offkai was a life-changing moment for me. Like, I came back from Offkai and I feel like I'm so motivated and I'm so excited to do so many more things. Like, you don't even know. That was like, it's like I went to like Mecca. Like, that was, it almost felt like it was like the pinnacle of my life. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Macho, welcome in. Hi, Necro. Hi, Gallo. I miss your stream so much on Sundays. Oh my god, finally, I can freaking... I'm so excited to be back on a schedule. You know, I really do best on a schedule. I have been so, like, loosey-goosey, like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And I've just been pulled along like a little doormat. But finally, I can start streaming at normal times. I can hang out with you guys. It's gonna be awesome. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Did you meet your Oshi? I met like 5 million Oshis. Honestly, I saw so many VTubers. After this, I kind of feel like Zuzu is my Oshi, or the one that I freaked out the most about, mostly because I was like, that's my Oomphy. That's my Oomphy right there, besties. That's not just my Oomphy, that's my moot. Yeah, I went to Zuzu's meet and greet, which was awesome. I got to see so many of her chatters in line because, okay, that's how I was able to see, I saw Glistening and 9-Volt Worm, and then in passing, I saw West of 6 and Just Chicken. But West of 6 and Just Chicken were indisposed at the time, or like rushing off to other places, so I was like, oh, I won't say anything. I'll just like, I'll see them later at Offkai. And then I proceeded to never see them again, which is kind of crazy because I like locked into how they looked, and I was like, oh, I'll just say hi. Like, I'll give them some stickers when I see them again. Never happened, which is crazy to me. Citrus ran away from me? No, you were running away from me. Actually, you didn't know I was there. But specifically, I saw West of 6, cause me and Tapanya and Rion were reading people's badges to see if we recognized VTubers that we knew, and I just happened to be looking at the line for like getting the 18+ wristband, and you just happened to pass me. It was like a split second, and then I was like, oh, Tapanya, that's a home slice right there, like running, basically walking as fast as he can. And Rion was like, oh, who is that? And then she yelled, West of! and I put my hand over her mouth because I was like, I don't know where they're going. I can just find them again. Don't worry. I'm driving back across the country. Yes, the only home slices that I saw in person were Necro and Glistening and 9-volt Worm, which was so cool. I couldn't believe it. I was talking about it in Discord just a second ago, but it was so funny because, what was that? That was day 1 of Offkai, where I was looking at the I Guess Link industry booth, and they had like a really big crane machine, as well as free fans. And oh my god, those free fans came in so clutch. But I was like, oh, I want to try this. And then a guy comes up to me and is like, oh, do you want to try the crane game? Also, I'm Necro. And I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. And I was like, wow, that's so insane. Necro works for I Guess Link, and then I looked at your Twitter, and you said it in like 5 months ago that you're working with I Guess Link. I guess I didn't really, I just didn't see the post. Maybe I was indisposed at the time, but I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should have expected this. But so freaking cool, so cool. Did you actually see me in passing at any time? I saw you in passing once on the last day when I saw you at the keyboard event. Luna, Lark, welcome in. Feels like I just met you yesterday. Yeah, because it was just oh my god, that was just yesterday. Oh god. Yeah. Flea Flicker, welcome in. I've got double digits worth of streamers I follow that attend. It was absolutely insane how many people Topania knew, or at least like knew in passing enough to be like, I'm Topania. And they'd be like, oh my god, that's Topania. Like, holy shit, we were calling it Offkai because just everyone that we knew from online, was there. I got to see, who did I see in particular? I saw Uria on the final day. I saw Zuzu, I saw Bodega Rat, I saw Big Ham, I saw Shindigs, I saw, oh my god, so Digishell, I saw, who is a huge inspiration to me because I love her overlays. So many more people. Wait, I pulled out all of my business cards because we were just trading business cards like they were Pokemon cards, dude. Met a whole bunch of people just around. I have 4 of my own business cards. Yeah. Oh, I saw Rainy Renton, who was super awesome. Let's see, who else did I see? Cilia. Oh, Mr. Crunchy. Yes, super cute. But that was at the end. I'm not gonna talk about those. Yet. Hold on, let me catch up with chat. I still got a bit on my flight. That's okay. 9-volt Warp, you got this. You will survive, I swear. I think you swear. Man, I hate flying. But when I was going to Offkai, I was having like really, really bad flight anxiety. And on the way back, I felt so peaceful. I didn't have any flight anxiety whatsoever. I was kind of like, I guess I was just at peace with my life because I had so much fun at Offkai that I was like, it's okay. I'll die. If I die, then it's okay. It's okay. That's fine. Whatever happens will happen because I just experienced the most life-changing moments of my life. I hope you liked my keyboard. 9-volt Worm's keyboard was amazing. I don't know if there were any pictures taken. Oh, Glistening in 9-volt. Were there pictures of the keyboard contest or the keyboard showcase? Because 9-volt Worm's keyboard was really awesome and Glistening's keyboard was really heavy. Like, made out of pure steel or something? Ashen, welcome in. Pictures from the Yap stream are still there? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this Real Admiral Dick Rider's pic up top. Because every word that I say has been fact-checked by a real Citrus Sunshine, rider. Unspecified. We got the signed keyboard cards? Oh my god! Yeah! Me and Topania and Rion signed Glistening and 9-volt Worm's keyboard cards where it said like what their keyboard was made out of. And they said that they weren't gonna be able to keep them, so I'm really, really, really happy you were able to. Citrus ran away from me! Yeah, Yeah, we needed an 18 plus band to get into the 18 plus panels, but we ended up not going to any. We went to one single panel, and that was it, because we were socializing like the whole time. Like the whole time. It was an insane amount of conversing and having fun. What's the 6? What were you doing with that 18 plus wristband? Well, we thought that we needed them for the party rooms. Let me see. Yeah. What's the 6 had the same thought as me. I swear we thought they were for the drinks. We did as well. Can you please provide evidence of Mint cosplay videos? Don't worry, just go Google. Or go on Twitter, because there are some crazy Mint cosplay videos out there. Like that were happening during Offkai. I was like, where was I? Where was I when this gravure idol was doing unsay-so things to a light stick in the middle of the atrium? Where was I? I feel like I avoided so many bad things just by, I guess, existing. I don't know. It felt like so many things happened and we were just chilling. My house specific, yeah. I can't be any more specific than that, cause I am say so. Yeah, I met Shindigs for like 5 seconds and I dissociated really hard because Topania wanted to hang out with Big Ham, who was super nice and super sweet and super cool. But all of a sudden, Shindigs came up to talk to her, and I was like, I'm gonna die right now. Like, for some reason, that, like, being close to the both of them at the same time made me just lock up. Like, I lost, like, 50% of my battery, like it was some kind of heat sink. Too tired to be anxious. Oh my god, by the 3rd day, I didn't care anymore. I was just like, yeah, whatever. Cause I didn't wake up hungover. I just woke up really tired. A VTuber I really like that was holding the light stick? Really? Okay, I wasn't anywhere near that. It must have happened in the evening. What were we doing in the evening? Oh, we went out to eat with a bunch of people. Archie, welcome in. Flying in an airplane is safer than driving with a car. I know. I don't like the shaking. I don't like the shaking of airplanes. And just, you know, if something happens, then I can't contact anyone. Like, you know, if I were to be completely anxiety brained for a second, like, you know, in my final moments, I can still probably text someone like, I'm dying. I love you, goodbye. Like, you know, I can still do something like that, but on a plane, you don't have any signal. It's just like, it just happens to you. And I don't like that concept, but I guess it would be fine if I died that way. You know, like, cause it would be over quickly. MagFest was very close to that flight that hit a helicopter back in the beginning of the year. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I just build model kits at the moment. I'm gonna try building another one of my backlog kits soon. Yeah, it seems like building a keyboard is really fun. I just have like a pre-built keyboard, but I think that this keyboard can break down to have different switches and different keycaps and stuff. Nugget has a raid and she's busy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm streaming. She should pay attention to me. Homesite says we're your secret service and you didn't know about their hard work. Yeah, I was really shocked that I didn't run into anyone. I don't know. Hold on, let me pull up my little notebook that had all of my topics. I got a cute little notebook. Oh, yeah. You see, this is why it's good that I wrote this down, because I got too excited and I went all sorts of different ways. Yeah, so me and Topania and Rion got off the plane at the exact same time, 2 different planes. And we met up and I was being like so sus because they were like, oh, we're just like by the baggage claim. And I was like, okay. And then I kind of like slowly walked towards the baggage claim and I was like, I kind of see someone with an Ida bag, but maybe that's not them. So I kind of leaned against the wall and I kind of just like stared at them for a second and was messaging and I was like, is it them? is it them? And then I slowly walked towards them, but I must have looked like a creeper. Like, what if that wasn't them? And they were like, Citrus? I was like, are you guys Tepanya and Rion? Yeah, and it was them. I was being a little bit suspicious. Yeah, that was wrong of me. I don't know what was wrong with me. Neprune, welcome in, and hi, Sinisters. Except you don't usually lube your Legos, I guess. I suppose so. But yeah, the second that we got to the hotel, we started coordinating what we wanted to wear each day. Like, we were up until 2 a.m. coordinating what we had brought to wear together, because our whole concept was like, okay, we're gonna match, like semi-match each day. And then on the third day we gave up and we all wore pants, because we were like, I just want to be comfortable. But we like dressed like business casual on Friday, and then we dressed like super frilly dresses on Saturday, and then on Sunday we gave up. Going up to the wrong person in the airport is kind of crazy. Yeah, what if I was just being a creeper? Wouldn't that have been sick? That's why I was like, oh god, I hope this is them, because it's really late and I might just be a weirdo. But the first day of Offkai was really crazy because I saw one of my oomfies like nearly instantly. Here, I took a picture of, I downloaded all of my pictures of Offkai that I wanted to show. Here. I got to see Soli, and this is a funny story because, I was in the dealer's alley, and I was just looking around, you know, like seeing what everyone's selling, and all of a sudden, out of the crowd, I see Soli's cutout just like rising above the crowd, like someone's holding it. And I like cut through the crowd, and I'm like, hey, do you mind if I take a picture of your cutout? Like that's my oomfie. And the girl holding it turns around, and she was like, Citrus? And I was like, oh shit, that's Soli. That's not just someone holding her. That's Soli. And she gave me some snacks, and she was like, here's your Uchu Eats order. I was like, it's so nice to see you in person. Yeah, that was really, really, really funny. Please, can I take a picture? Can I take a picture of your cutout? What about the real thing? Ooh. Wait, I didn't save the image that I did of, cause I ended up on like the second or third day, I signed the back of this cutout, but it was super cool to see her. My God, she is also so cool. I don't know. I know that you guys are like, oh, all the VTubers that I meet in person are so sweet. Maybe it's just me, but I think that they're really cool. Maybe that's just my bias. Maybe I'm a little biased of women, where I'm like, wow, you are so cool and epic and beautiful. Every single VTuber was so beautiful. It was nuts. I was like, wow, everyone showed up. Oh yeah, I felt like I was gonna die the first day of Offkai, and then the second day of Offkai, I really, really, really wanted to die because I was around so many people that I really respected. Let me catch up. We did match with pants. Imagine if Citrus was like, I want to pick up my waifu back off 3D person. Well, you know, I didn't really know who was gonna be there. I know that Soli was like, oh, I wanna see you guys at Offkai, but you know, in my mind I was like, oh, what if she just has like someone, like one of her mods or like one of her chatters, like is bringing her cutout? Because we were talking about it, like, what's the logistics of getting a cardboard cutout here? Like, do you have to bring it yourself? Like, how do you transfer these on a plane? And it does kind of seem like you just need to know someone, like who in the area who can bring it. But yeah, here is my signature on the side. You see Big Ham and Tepanya here, Mika Magica, Bodega Rat, Motaberry, Bunny Sleepover. She's the one who did my profile pic on Twitter. I got to see her, and I was like, hey, I'm Citrus Sunshine, and she was like, oh my God, you still use my art as your profile pic. And I was like, yes, it's so good. Thank you so much again. She was like, you know, that was $15. I could make you something better. And I was like, but it's already pretty perfect right now. But yes, I will, queen. I will commission you because I really do like her so much. But yeah, this is in its own right, its own money spread. Like all of these really nice people. Oh yeah, I met Berries. Berries did my, you know the picture of me in like the field? It used to be my Discord header before I stopped paying for Discord boosts. But yeah, this was really, really cool. She was like, oh, Citrus, nice idol signature. And I was like, yeah. That's my idol signature. I should be good at it. I'm an idol. The high Citrus one. No. Here, let me see. Where do I have that saved? Yeah, there were so many people who I recognized. It was just like back to back. It was just non-stop. It was non-stop meeting people that I knew. Here, it's this art. Berries drew me this art. Yeah, and so I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. I really love your art. It was really cute. Of course, she is also a cute and beautiful girl in person. It's nutso. Does the guy who's notorious for these standees live in the area? I saw a really big cutout, but I don't know if that was him. It didn't look big enough, but it might have been him. Yes, I love this art. Yeah. And we saw Soli so many times. We were actually joking because we saw the same people like a bajillion times. We saw Chewy Duck, who is like a new VTuber, one of my mutuals. But I thought that was Tapanya's friend, who, and he is. But like I was like, wow, oh my gosh, congrats on your live 2D, whatever. But we saw that dude like I shit you not like 15 times. And then wait, I have a funnier story before I tell this. We saw so many maids so many times. We saw Bodega Rat like 30 times. We were like, there were only 5 people at this convention. And I guess we're all just in the same areas over and over and over again. I also got to see Pomato Master, who I'm a huge fan of. Do you guys know her? She is a chemistry VTuber, but she's also like really into Bethesda. She has like red hair. And when we were in the party area, because we had just walked up to the party area to check it out, because I couldn't find too much info on it. I was like, why don't we just go look? And she was up there and just talking to Tapanya casually, so I thought that like this was someone that Tapanya knew, but it wasn't. And then I looked down at her tag and I was like, ah! So I was like, Tapanya, do you know her? And she was like, oh, no, I don't. But yeah, she ended up being at karaoke, because we went to, we went to karaoke with a lot of people, but she ended up just being there for a little bit. And I had enough liquid courage to be like, hey, I'm a really big fan, and you're a really huge inspiration for me. I just graduated with my Bachelor's of Science. Like, congratulations on your Master's. Like, here's my business card. Like, thank you so much for everything that you do. Like, I was a little glazy because she is like one of my inspirations. Yes. You're gonna shout them out, right? No, I would rather die. But I will think fondly on that moment. You said graduate while in a group of VTubers? You know that's just a meme for chatters. That's not a meme for VTubers. I mean, we did. She just got her master's, what, like a week or two before I graduated. Oh yeah, but this pic is of the party floor before it actually started. And I was like, this is low-key kinda trashy. When we were walking. And as you could imagine, this floor squeaks like crazy, like clonk, 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 clonk. It was so ridiculous. I was like, I'm gonna freak out if we stay in this area any longer. Let's come back later. And do you know what's crazy? Is that the party floor was bought and supplied with alcohol, complimentary of Irium. Waffles, welcome in. I was on the party floor and all my meters drained in 30 seconds. Oh yeah, but I was like, why don't we just go? Because we were with Severus. Here, let me shout her out. I don't wanna misspell her. I don't wanna misspell her Twitch. It is Severitas. Like green. Here, I got it. Yeah, we hung out with Sev on the first day, which was super awesome because she was more knowledgeable about the area than we were. There we go. I shouted her out. She was super duper duper sweet and nice and cool. I was really thankful that she came along, even if she could just only come for one day. She was super awesome. But she had a friend who was doing some of the music at one of the raves, because there were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there were 9 party rooms, but all of them were filled to capacity. We only went to 2 rooms. We went to the one room where her friend was playing music, and oh my god, it was so hot in those rooms. There was a VTuber bartender who gave us his card. And that dude, the party floor had not even started and he was covered in sweat. I was like, oh my god. But all the drinks were free. So we had 2 of his drinks, which were awesome. They were very well mixed. And then we went to the green room. Did you guys see the green room infographic? So there were like, I don't know, like 20 different drinks on that menu. And Tofi was there on that drink menu as well. There was it was all green themed VTubers, which was fun. But the crazy thing was, so we get in there and it's like very nice and quiet, which was nice. And to be fair to everyone at Offkai, everyone was on their best behavior, like waiting in lines really patiently. No one was like pushing. Everyone was listening to orders because they were like, fire marshals say we gotta stay against the wall, which was really nice. I was very impressed because when we first went to the party floor and it was really packed, I looked at Tepanya and I was like, this is a really dangerous situation. This is a really dangerous, way to run things, wouldn't you say? But I was like, but the drinks are free. The drinks are free, so it's fine. But regardless, we go to the green room, and then we finally get to where the bartender, quote unquote, is. And I didn't take a picture of it because I didn't want to, shame anyone. But the bartender was this dude. He's drenched in sweat. He has a ice chest in the bathtub, and he's surrounded by different bottles of liquor, and he has just 2 printed out pages of all the drinks, and none of these drinks are pre-made. They are all made by hand and unmeasured. So he was just hard pouring liquors into cups, on the fly. It was such a comically strong drink that I had. Yeah, me and Tepanya and Rion were fanning him because he was so sweaty. I was like, it's okay. If any of his sweat gets into the drinks, it's just like umami. That's that's just, that's just salt. It's just salt, human salt. Yeah, he just do a hard pour of each one, and I got something with 2 different liquors in it, and that thing was so strong. I was like, oh my god, Tepanya, this drink is crazy. Oh my god, Sir Gorgius, welcome in. Yeah, that was nuts. We just fanned him as much as we could while we were waiting because I was like, bro, this dude's gonna die. And it looked like he wasn't drinking any water. And then all of a sudden a dude comes into the room and he was like, hey bro, got your piss. and he hands him, like a big cup of what I can only imagine is beer. And I'm like, oh, can you get, in my mind, I was like, I think this dude needs water more than he needs beer. But it's okay. It's okay, you know, like, the night is young. Realistically, it was like 7? It was like 7 or something, and it was already like this. Zeta, welcome in. Cut your piss premix. Yeah. I can only imagine that it was beer, because it looked like beer in the cup. But I was like, but he just said it so loud. And he reached over me to hand it to the dude. He was like, here's your piss, bro. And he was like, thanks. And then he took a really big swig of it and kept working. I was like, this dude's gonna die by the end of the night. Regardless, after that, we were so overstimulated that we went to this other location. It was in the party floor, but it was only for girls. Here, I took a picture of it. It was this PJ slumber party. And we were like, the door was closed. You had to knock. But Tepanya was like, let's just check it out. Let's just check it out because, you know, like, what if it's awesome in there? Like, that sounds really nice. I kind of want to either go in here or go back to the hotel. And I was like, well, let's check it out. Oh my God. This was like heaven on earth. Okay, so this girls' slumber party was run by all the maids. And apparently the maids got this room for free from Irium as long as they did this, like, little event. And there were, like, fairy lights on the walls. They had IV hydration drinks. They had Chikawa on the TV. There was a scent diffuser. There was a scent diffuser going off in the room. I was like, this is heaven. This is so heaven. This is heaven. Oh my God. And they were saying no to guys too. They were like, oh, sorry, we're at max capacity right now. And then they'd close the door and be like, yeah, I just don't want any dudes in here. Like, that would ruin the vibe. And I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. This is heaven. This is heaven on earth. In my mind, I was like, I have never been more excited to be a girl in my entire life. And you know what? They were all so cute and so nice. And they gave us like coloring pages too. So we did a little bit of coloring. And by then I was like I was like, Tepanya, this drink was really strong because we brought our drinks in because we went immediately from the green room to the girls' slumber party. Man, that was nuts. Sometimes I wish I could try being a girl. I have never been more excited to in my whole life. And you know what? Low-key, I kind of felt bad for guys in that moment because I was like, I bet it would be really nice to be a guy and experience this scent diffuser after being outside. Oh, Sev, welcome in, yes! That's my Oomphy! That's my Oomphy right there. That's who I hung out with on the first day of Offkai. Oh my gosh, wait, not my Oomphy yet, oopsies. Now my Oomphy. But yeah, it was so nice. Please tell me there was no leftover pizza on the party floor. I didn't see, oh yeah, there was another party. I didn't take a good picture of the drinks, but there was a rat-themed bar, right across from the green room. And that had like all rat VTuber themed drinks, and it looked good, and they had pizza. But I didn't know like how much pizza was left. Also, we were so overstimulated by that time. Citrus is so freaking cute in person. Oh my God, Sev is so cute in person. My God. Women are beautiful. Sev, I was just, yeah. Sev, wasn't that room amazing? And they had so many cute little snacks. And they had like hot chocolate and stuff that we could have had too. Oh my God. And the maids were so cute. Oh man, that was like sick. What was Bodega's drink? I'm gonna freeze for a second so I can look at my photos. Cause I took a really blurry photo of the drinks. Cause it was still dark at that time. Let me see, was there a Bodega Rat one? It was, I don't think there was. Let me see, oh man, I wish I'd taken a better photo, my God. Yeah, there was Rat Piss, the Party Rat, the something, I can't see what that says. On the Mouse, Lamont. Yeah, I don't know who was here. I don't think that Bodega Rat had a drink, though. Yeah, hard-poured liquor! That's what we were talking about, yeah. Talking about the green room, bro. You see, I'm not lying about these, because Sev was there. Sev and Tapani and Rian were all there. Man, yeah, that was nutso. That was just crazy. That I so sincerely wish that I had taken a photo of that dude in the bathroom. Oh, but it did say no photos in the bathroom. And even before this, when we had went to the rave, because that was the first room that we had went into, so these were hotel rooms, you know, so all of them had a bathroom. But the bathroom in the rave room, it was pretty clean, except for it had, I don't even know how to explain this, but it had one of those citrus juicers, you know, like where you put the lemon on like the little thing that kind of squeezes it. I don't know what those are called. What are those called? What are those called? It's a citrus juicer? It's not a press, but it was like the one where you yeah. It was the one where you like cut it in half and then you put the orange or the lemon on like all these like little ridges and then you turn it back and forth. I don't know what that's called. Yeah. But that was the only thing in the bathroom was just this juicer. I was like, isn't this kind of ominous? This is like a really ominous singular item to have in the restroom. But the thing is that he was making all of the drinks in the bathroom. All of these parties were making the drinks in the bathroom. Like, I was like, this is, what did I say? Oh, I said, this is kind of trashy for VTubers, don't you think? But in a fun way. Cause I normally use like an actual juicer, like a hand press. I don't use the spinner. Yeah. But that's why it said at every bathroom, no photos. Citrus, what would your drink be? I don't know, probably a screwdriver? Like a citrus soda and vodka? Probably something like that. Please draw the green room. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on, let me pull up paint. I'm just gonna draw it with my mouse, cause it looks crazy. Here. Yeah, it looked insane. I'll just do it from memory because it's burned into my brain. So basically, you know, I'm looking at it through like 2 doors. So, you know, it kind of looks similar to this, and then off to the side is the bathtub. And, you know, like here's like the curtains, like this. This is from my perspective, because I stood here for a long time while that dude looked at his papers and tried to make all of these drinks. And so, like, there was, like, alcohol here. And then there was just, like, just this one giant table right here. And the guy was, like, he looked a little sad. He had, like, long hair. And he was the mixologist. And then there was just liquor. And then here was the toilet. Here. He had this table like half on the toilet. And then here were like the... And then, you know, here's the vanity. And all of these super harsh lights are on this poor dude as he's making all of these drinks as well. And then more liquor. And then there was like a whole keg of something here, like, or not a keg, there was like a box of beer here or something. But there was also more liquor here, and then there was more liquor here. And then, more liquor here. And then there was also like just empty bottles like on the ground too, underneath him I could kind of see. And then there was more liquor, like off to the side. And then the cups were kind of on, like in sleeves on the toilet. So, you know, this was like kind of crazy. Like, I was like, man, I waited in this line for like a really long time. And, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. That shit looked crazy. Yeah, and he was very sweaty. I couldn't smell him because I had a mask on, but I could only imagine it was like pretty bad. Yeah, he was like on like a little bench too, so you know, like he's like kind of squished underneath this table while he's making all these drinks. And they would just like, you know, like occasional like little stains of blue, because these were all supposed to be green drinks. But the thing was, because he wasn't doing any measurement, the drinks weren't really coming out green. Like mine was blue because he used too much blue curacao, but also like some of them were coming out light yellow, or like it was a variant. It was a variant. What Civ 6 did you go to the green room? Because that stuff was crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. He definitely had meadery. I can't remember. There were so many drinks. There were so many drinks, man. Oh yeah, they also had like pickle jello shots. And people were doing them and saying, wow, that tastes like pickle. That tastes like pickle. And I was like, of course it does. That sounds disgusting to me. Imagine if he didn't have meadery. Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, the ice chest was like somewhere in here. And it was just open. So like all this ice was just kind of, you know, it was just kind of melting in this super hot, oh yeah. This is exactly what my POV looked like. He had like 5 billion drinks right here that he had to make. 5 billion drinks. No one was really, or like, it wasn't really weed themed. It was just green themed, even though they were like, it's 420. It's 420, bro. Yeah, there must have been like at least 12 or 15 different drinks or something. Full hazmat and oxygen tank? You need like beta blockers to go in there. It's scary, don't you think? Oh, oops. Hold on, I'm gonna save this picture. Stop it. Stop it. The dungeon floor. That's what it felt like to me. I was so thankful that we were going to the girls' slumber party room. That saved my life, because in my mind, I was so stressed out by the end of it. You know, it's so claustrophobic. I don't know how anyone was dealing with it. I guess that, like, maybe dudes are just way more chill with it. Also, the ratio of men to women at Offkai was crazy. We kept commenting on it, but it has never been easier for me as a woman to go to the bathroom ever. Ever. It was so awesome. All the restrooms were empty. Every single time we went, it was so good. I was like, man, I got this whole place to myself. And it would be like 30 stalls. There would be no one. No one. There would be no one in any of the stalls. Yeah, I was pretty shocked. Especially, oh my God. So the men's bathroom was full? I have no idea, but it did look far busier. The first day that I went to the second floor, like all gender restrooms, and I was like, absolutely not. I'm not doing that again. I'll find a women's only restroom, because that was hardcore. I was like, why are all... But guys who went to Offkai, how were your guys' bathrooms? It was never empty. Yeah, it was empty for me multiple times, especially when I went to the cosplay contest. The restrooms there were like, I could hear the echo of my boots. Someone shit up my favorite stall so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, I also saw Zuzu while I was there. Here, what photos? So Zuzu's meet and greet was on Saturday at like 1:30, and the line to see her was so long. I was like, holy shit, I'm just in line with all of her followers right now. Like, I'm just hanging out with her chatters, and I recognized their names on their badges. And while I was waiting in line, I guess her mod or someone who knows her enough to print out ribbons was like, hey, are you a fan of Zuzu? And I was like, actually, that's my oomphy. Oh my God, Calculated Gambit, thank you so much for the resubscription. Thank you so much for the 4 months of being a slip slicer. I had so much fun. It is insane how much fun I had. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, I was like, actually, that's my oomphy. And they were like, oh my God, citrus? And I was like, yep, that's me. That's so me. But I got an awesome ribbon from seeing Zuzu. Here, let me show you guys. I took a picture of it, but I took a picture of like our money spread, basically. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Our ribbon spread, basically. Here, let me show you in particular. Yeah. Do you see this one right here at the bottom? I'm trying to make it even bigger. Yeah. Frustrated? Take it out on this VTuber. Twitch.tv/ZuzuBizuchi. I was like, this is perfect. I don't need any more ribbons. 7 guys peed next to each other. No! Oh man. But yeah, so cool. I was like, this is the most perfect ribbon I have ever seen ever. This is all that I needed. Yeah, this was our money spreads. What? This was Saturday. Yeah. So you could only get this Boat Goes Binted one if you won at Cornhole. Did I tell you guys that? I must have said that like 17 times during Offkai, because I was like, did you know? Did you know you can only get this one if you win at Cornhole? Because I won at Cornhole, goddammit. Cornhole Master. Yeah. This was from the V-Fleet booth in the industry hall. I was like, wow, Boat Goes Binted. And that was really fun. We missed their panel because we slept in too late, but I think I got most of the info that I wanted from the dude who was so excited to talk to me about old ships. Cause you know, I was like, yeah, I love the concept. I think it's really important to like revitalize like all of these like rich parts of history. And I said it like exactly like that because I'm a huge nerd loser. And he was like, yeah, you know, like this has been really successful for us. He was like, we just really want more people to know about the men who lived and worked and made history on these ships. Like this is so important to us. Like, and I was like, yeah, and I think this is an excellent medium because there's other concepts like this, like mascot VTubers, like there's other concepts like this out there, like with Kantai Collection. And he was like, oh my God, yes, that's what we did it off of. And he was like, just going off. But I was like, yeah, this rocks. I love hearing about stuff like that. He was so excited to talk to me about it. And then he said something like utterly incomprehensible to me. And he was like, oh, haha, that was just like some Navy talk that my squadron has beef with. And I was like, awesome. And then afterwards he was like, do you want to play cornhole? And I said yes. And then I won. I had to Google what a cornhole was. Yeah, it's the game where you throw the beanbags into the hole. Yeah, that was really, really, really fun. And I met a whole bunch of ship girls while I was there. They're all wonderful. Who up corning their holes? Me! I was the one. Yeah, that was really, really, really fun. I really wish that I hadn't missed that panel, but it was at like 11, and we wanted to go to Safeway because we wanted energy drinks, and it wasn't easy to get energy drinks close to the event, and we were too lazy to go walk like the 14 minutes to the 7-Eleven. So I was like, why don't we just go? Why don't we just go to Safeway? And then I got to use my Safeway rewards. And Tapanya and Rion were like, wow, you got Safeway rewards? We don't got this here. And I was like, yeah, I know. No big deal. I got my rewards. And so I got points off of that. Yeah, that was really fun. What else did we do? Man, we just like talked to people for so long. We didn't really go to, we went to the editing panel, how to edit videos it said specifically as a VTuber or not. That panel was not for VTubers. And it wasn't really about editing either. It was just about how to become an editor like professionally, which I totally respect. Like, don't get me wrong. But it was not for VTubers whatsoever, so I don't know why they had put that there, because you could tell everyone in the first and second rows was a VTuber because the first 2 rows were filled with women, and like they were all like taking photos of slides. But that panel was so funny because it was like 3 really popular clippers for like Bow and Iron Mouse and stuff like that, and they were really cool to listen to. But they were like, before we go into anything, we need to talk about the ethics of clipping. And like 15 to 20 minutes were dedicated to the ethics of VTubing and not just saying completely random bullshit about like what happened in the clip. And I was like, I guess I get this. You don't have safe rewards? Yeah, LMAO. Wizard Pixels, welcome in. Yeah, that was really funny. And I thought that they were funny dudes as well. But it was mostly about how to get your foot in the door as a clipper, which I totally respect, but I think that the panel should have been called something different instead. Did you buy a lot of souvenirs? I bought a couple of things. But I got a lot of free stuff. I got so much free stuff from Offkai. It was really nice. Offkai is the first con that I've ever went to where they gave you a bag the second that you walked in. Like when you got your badge, they give you like a really nice con pamphlet of like all the events and stuff, and a free reinforced bag to put all your swag in. And I used that bag all 3 days of Offkai. It was so sturdy. I was like, this is a lifesaver. This is really nice. Like, we were all, it sounds so boring to say, but we were like, man, thank God they gave us these bags. These bags are great. Like, man, how's your bag doing? Isekai, thank you for the 3-stream streak. The swag bag, for real. Well, because the second that we went to any booth, they were like, here's 15 free items. Here you go, queen. And I was like, oh shit, okay. But it was nice to put like, I put all my business cards in there. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about my business cards. So Topania, in her infinite wisdom, was like, we should get business cards. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she hyperfixated on making those, and she got them sent to the hotel, which was so impressive. So me and Rion and Sev and Topania all had matching ones. Here, I have a picture of them. Let me see. And we made this like little setup, which was really, really cute. Oops. Where is this? Hello? Here, I'll just change it from this. Why don't I do this instead? Oh, it's because the image is gigantic, of course. Here we go. Yeah, we made our own little standees, which was also a great idea. But yeah, we all had matching business cards. It was so cute. Everyone was really impressed seeing our business cards. Yeah, from left to right, Rion, Topania, and Sev, and me. So cute. Actually, I was a little disturbed about our cards because a lot of mine in particular were just taken. I started to get a little nervous that people were like throwing ours away, ? To the point where there was one time, like on the second day, where I turned my badge over, because by the second day, most VTubers who didn't want to be talked to were turning their badge over so no one could read them. I turned my badge over and stood next to one of the tables to see if anyone was taking our business cards, like, and just throwing them out. I was like, why are our cards gone? Why are our cards gone? This is the 3rd time our cards are gone? Like, it was starting to freak me out a little bit. I just really hope that people were taking them because they thought that they were really cute, and not because they hated us and they held a forever grudge for something that we've done in the past. Yeah, like me and Topania were like, do we just have anxiety? Do we have anxiety? Are we cool? Like, do people think that we're cool, or do they hate us? It has to be one or the other. Or maybe, and Van was like, what if it's not either of those things? What if they just like them? I think it's because your guys' cards stand out. Maybe. I hope so, because we were starting to get stressed out. Yeah. How many cards did you bring? 100. And I ran out. I was so mad. Yeah. Topania was like, okay, next year we have to bring 500 business cards, 100 ribbons, 1 cardboard cutout, and we all need to rent one of those moving VTuber iPads. Because those were really fun. I didn't know that you could rent those. But what an inspired idea. It was really funny. There was one point where 2 of the moving VTuber, like, because they had like little robots that could move like throughout the con floor, which was really fun. But 2 of them started talking to each other. And I was like, wow, Topania, this is the future. This is the future of interaction, is just 2 robots speaking to each other. You need 1,000 because you're citrus. I didn't realize. What if we touched robots? They were like so close to each other too. It was so stupidly cute. So I want the robot parade. Yeah, none of them were following each other like, man, it was so freaking cute. Total global saturation. I hope so. I mean, I have so many business cards. Let's see how many I have right now. I have, not including my own. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I pulled out 17 of them, but I have more. I actually think I recycled some of them because I had followed them, and then I was like, okay, well, I've gotten all my use out of this business card. I'll just get rid of the rest, and I'll keep the ones of my friends. And so I have 17 of my friends just right now. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Man, oh, I met like kind of a cool dude. Wait, did I take a picture of it? Was it on that other picture? Let me see. I don't think so. Yeah, there was a VTuber who was like a professor. What is his name? Let me take a look. Because now we're mutuals. But he came up to us and was like, do you like want me to write you guys your names in like a fancy gothic font? And we were like, yeah. But it turns out that this is actually a mutual of Topania, of course. Oh yeah, Almontas VT. And man, it was so fun. Yes, the old man. He was so cool. Yeah, he wrote our names in gothic fonts. And then me and him talked about anthropology, because I was like, I took an awesome anthropology course like about like this specific area of the West Coast, and like I really think that history there is rich. And we like talked a whole bunch about like, oh, like because of like the soil quality and because of the preservation techniques like of like the Native Americans that were there. Like it's a really rich area for anthropology. And I was like, yes! That was the first time I've been able to talk to anyone about that topic. It was so cool. Yeah. Yeah, the old English text font was handwritten. Yes, he just did that live in front of us. We were like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I was like, yeah, he was really cool. Yeah. So many really cool people that I'm now mutuals with. I thought that was really, really fun. Yeah, we met. It was weird because, like, you know, at Offkai we were running into people that we knew, but we went to this place called the Guild Hall. It was just right next door to Offkai, to the convention center. And initially we wanted to go to this like other place, but it said it was closed for like a Twitch creator event. And so we were like, oh, that's okay. Why don't we just go right next door? This place looks fun. And the Guild Hall place was playing the Offkai live event, like the Saturday showcase, which was really cool. I'm new. What's an Offkai? It's an event, Oni-chan. You missed so much. There's just so much to talk about. Like, I feel like I'm tripping over my own words, being too excited about it. Yes. That's the font Elf from Death Note uses. Well, maybe he has good taste. Yeah, so we watched the event from there, And that place had so many fun alcoholic drinks. Oh my god. Yeah, but we met so many more mutuals there. And oh my god, every single time Topania and Rion entered the bathroom, they exited with a new mutual. I was like, why aren't you guys just going to the restroom normally? It happened like 3 separate times where I was like, oh yeah, like I just met this VTuber in the bathroom. Now we're besties. Just met this VTuber in the bathroom. Like, what? Go to the bathroom! I've only seen some Offkai memes. Offkai was amazing. It was amazing in every way. They are Mrs. Worldwide. You know, I felt like I learned a lot at Offkai. Mostly that I should be more confident in myself. What are they doing? Competitive pooping? No, they were like, I guess just complimenting women. Cause Offkai had the highest density of beautiful women I have ever been around. Ever. Like, oh my god. It was a little off-putting. Cause you know, like I'm a little sensitive about how I look like to other people. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I look cute. Like, I don't normally dress up. And people were like super nice and sweet to me, which was like really overwhelming. But everyone else was so beautiful. It was nutso. And I also saw Rainy Renton. Do you guys know who that is? She is like she has like two-tone hair. She's super cute in person. And I recognized her just like off the side. And of course, mutual with Topania. And Rion was like, oh, you know, like I'm just a little guy, but I think that you're really, really cool. And Rainy was like, listen, you need to never put yourself down. You are networking right now. It doesn't matter how small you are. Like, listen, you have a lot of self-worth, and to be able to sell that is a skill in itself. And I was just like so locked into Rainy's life-changing words. I was like, this is so inspiring to me. By this time, everyone in this area was quite drinky. I don't know what everyone else's levels were, but I was like, this soapbox experience has changed my life. And it did. I have so many things that I want to work on. Oh my god. I'm gonna extrapolate Citrus as a whole as cute. I think that my nails looked really good. So many VTubers. Sev has really cute nails done too. They looked even cuter in person. I was like, ooh, I knew that these would look good in person, and they did. But it was really cute to see the different styles everyone had of their nails. And I only hurt myself once, because normally I don't have nails on. I only get them for special events, because I was like, I want to look cute. I want to have cute nails. But most of the time when I get cute nails, I bend them really painfully, and then I hurt myself for several days. And I only did that once. So I'm pretty stoked. Overlord, welcome in. Welcome in. Hold on, I have like so many messages. Okay. Yeah, and I need to be more social as well. You know, it was amazing seeing Topania and Rion be so effortless at just speaking to others and having like the air of confidence, like, yes, I do belong here. But since this was my first time, you know, I don't really go to cons with anyone. Like, sometimes I go to cons with Mogu-chan, but you know, it's a completely different experience, and we've known each other for a really long time, and it's like there's like no expectation on me. But I think that a lot of things that happened like really changed my perspective on VTubing as a whole, and like how I interact with others. I should just be more confident. I mean, you know, I play like a little skit like, oh, I'm so full of myself, but you know, I am hella insecure. So like this kind of changed how I feel. Could I post what Amantas did for me in the Discord somewhere? Of course, yes. He was really cool. I saw him multiple times, specifically on Saturday. I don't know if he was there the entire time, but it was interesting seeing just the age ranges. As I expected, I was the youngest person at Offkai, at least in the big group that we were in by like a long shot. Like even more than I expected. By like at least 3 or 4 years. He bakes his own bread. That sounds really good. Oh, shit. And you know what? Everyone was so personable and so funny in person. Of course they were. Being at Offkai like really just proved to me how unique every single person on this planet is. You know, like I've always thought, like, I don't really like the concept of like an NPC or whatever, because everyone is so unique in their own special way. It was utterly exemplified by like how people looked, how they carried themselves, what they had to say, what their one-liners were. I think that we give people a lot less credit than they deserve. It was very eye-opening. Baby Orange, yeah, I did kind of feel like that, which, you know, I was talking to Tepanya, but I was like, I like never hang out with anyone my age. In fact, I took pictures of the St. Joseph's Cathedral, and on the way there, I was telling Tepanya, like, oh, I'm gonna be taking some pictures for my friend, and I was telling her the story. I think I told the story on stream where she was told in Catholic school that this like woodworking project that she did with her dad in Catholic school. She made like a replica of the St. Joseph's Cathedral, and her teacher thought that it was like a model diorama of it, and that she had bought it. And she was like, where would I have bought this in the 1980s? And so I'm telling this story to Tepanya, and she was like, I'm sorry, your friend was a child in the 1980s? And I was like, yeah, she's like 55. And she was like, oh, I didn't know that she was, well, I mean, the 80s, 70s, whatever. She was like, oh, I didn't know. I just didn't know that she was that old. And I was like, yeah, I got a lot of older women friends. Garo, welcome in. Thank you for the head pats. Thank you. But yeah, that's like the scope of my current friendships, is that I know a lot of older women and that's it. So, very intimidating for me to hang out with people my age. Of course, though, like, I still love them just as equally as people my age. Like that's in no contest. Ooh, that's so cute, Azure. Holy shit. Oh yeah. Bodega Rat gave me so many stickers. She actually gave me stickers twice. Oh, I also got asked if I was Filipino by one of the artists at the dealer's alley, which was really funny. But how many stickers of Bodega Rat do I have? Because she gave me them twice, like in one night. I have one. Oh, I have one of Soli. I have one of Flandre Scarlet from Toho, which I bought. I have one, two, 3, 4. Yeah, I have 4 Bodega Rat stickers now, all of a sudden. And then I have one of Rainy and one of Big Ham, which is fun. That means you have a Filipino aura, potentially. That was just surprising to me, especially because I was so... I felt like my pallor, my skin color was particularly pale because of all the partying we had done the night before. So I was like, oh my god. That's an interesting thing to think of me, but no, nope. Just, you know, I have a lot of Filipino friends. I'll take the compliment, thank you. But the guy was so embarrassed after he said that and I said no, that I was like, oh, no, it's okay. Like, no. Speaking as a Filipino, awful. No. Not at all. But there were so many different kinds of business cards there. It was pretty insane. I took some business cards just so that I could remember what they looked like so that I could copy that for next year. And Chewy Duck, he actually did something extra smart where he got business cards and then he got little envelopes to put his business cards in so that his business card wouldn't get all scratched up like with people's other stuff. So it stayed extra good. And you could use it for other business cards that you got. I was like, this is such an inspired idea. And he was like, yeah, you know, like I thought that was pretty smart. And I was like, yes, actually. Yes, that was incredible. Pezzo, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, but everyone had so many amazing ideas. Oh, someone had stickers of their emotes. I thought that was so smart too. I have so many images. I have so many photos that I took of like, wow, I want to do that. Wow, I want to do that. Wow, look at how this is set up. Oh my goodness, how did they do that? I'm gonna have to learn. Like, ooh. Should follow her Chinese idol. No. I'm white. No, I said I'm getting experimented on to become Asian, but I'm white. I'm dispelling this rumor now. Sorry, I'm drinking water as well. Oh my god. It's so nice to be home though. Home slice is my god. I really miss being on a schedule. Oh man. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I have so many things that I want to do. I'm gonna try and get the shop back up by probably by Friday. I'll get the merch shop back up by Friday. So the thing is that I closed it because I wanted to give out stickers and I wanted to give out keychains to mutuals that I saw, which I did. So now I can just recount and sell more. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see, what else did I want to do? Oh yeah, I just have a lot of like maintenance things. But what did I say that my schedule is gonna be? It's gonna be oh yeah, I wanted to play Claire. Oh shit. Yeah, Liza P. Claire Obscure, Path of Exile, Talos Principle. Yes. I can't wait my weekly reports on Sunday without you. Well, don't worry anymore, because I will be back. Oh my god. Yeah, there were just so many moments where I felt like, well, I don't know. I hoped that I made a good impression on people. But I have no idea how I did until only in retrospect, which I think is very scary. I've never had so many, well, you know, I've never needed to network. That's like not something that I've ever done in my life. Like ever. And you know, like when I became an idol and when I started streaming, I was like, I'll just do this for fun. And now I'm like, there's a lot more that goes into this. But I think that the most important thing is that I had a lot of fun. Like, so many people were just really laid back and they came to Offkai to have fun. And I didn't want to think of it as like a networking thing. I just wanted to think of it as like a third space, you know, like, oh, we're all VTubers together. We're all having fun together. I really like that. Everyone was so nice and so sweet. I know I just keep saying that over and over and over again, but the more I think about everyone that I met, the more I am just like, I'm like humbled. I don't know how to put it. Maybe I am humbled. I don't know. The world is so beautiful. The world is a beautiful place. That's how I feel after Offkai. Like I'm gonna be thinking about this Offkai on my damn deathbed. That's how I feel. Cause I don't know. I'm just very thankful. I'm very thankful that I became a VTuber. 1,000 types of VTubers and they're all special little angels. Next year, I really want to wear Lolita. There were so many cute girls dressed in Lolita. Oh man, I met so many Iriums. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. Man, okay, so Irium hosted a lot of Offkai. Like, they had all that complimentary drinks and they had, like, they rented out the party space. They did a whole bunch of other things. But, man, they were, like, a little aggressive about scouting people for Irium. Like, okay, so I walked up to the booth for Irium and I was like, oh my gosh, like, they got Zuzu stuff here and I can write nice messages. So I was writing a message on this sticker like Zuzu, like, or what did I write? I was like, I love Zuzu. Good luck on your meet and greet from Citrus. And guy comes up to me and he says, are you a streamer? And I said, oh, yes, I am. I'm here to look at Zuzu stuff. And he was like, why don't you stream on Irium? And I was like, well, I like using vBridger. And he was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, you know, you can use you can use different tools, or we can cut it. And I was like, I kind of like my setup right now, but interesting thing to offer. I'll definitely think about it. And so, you know, I tell this to Panya and Rion. I'm like, man, that was a little aggro. And then apparently he said the same thing to the both of them, but they're both 3D streamers. And apparently when they said like, oh no, we can't stream on Irium because we're 3D, he said, oh, well, if you guys have a PNG, we can cut and rig it for you. And they were like, no, absolutely not. That sounds suspicious as heck. I mean, most VTubers wouldn't want to get rigging from someone that they didn't know the quality of. Yeah, it was very, very, very interesting. I thought that overall the Irium stuff was really cool and really awesome, but it was... Am I allowed to say this? Yes, because I'm sure that they said it to every streamer. Because how could me and Tapanya and Rion have the same experience, but like multiple times in advance? And like afterwards... Afterwards, I got asked again, and I was like, "Oh no!" Like, I was like, "Yeah, I stream, but I'm not looking to stream on Irium right now." And he was like, "Oh, okay." I think that they were really aggressive in advertising Irium. Yeah, I think I'm allowed to say this because I can only imagine a lot of people had the same experience. Because they were, as soon as he left talking to me, he went up to someone and was like. It was a guy, and he was like, oh, like, are you a streamer? And he was like, no, but I kind of want to. And he was like, you should go on Irium. Like, we have options if you don't have an IP, like we can work with you on that. And it seemed like they very much want more streamers on there, which sounds interesting. I mean, that's how Zuzu got her rig. Citrus has some notes for their marketing department. Well, you know, mostly I'm just chilling. So I was surprised to be approached like that. I mean, shoot your shot. Why not? I don't not respect that. Yeah, I had so many drinks called the Delfino Sunrise, which was like a pina colada kind of. I already miss having that drink. I really like pina colada adjacent drinks. Even if it was non-alcoholic, I would have drank a ton of those. But you know, we didn't really eat that much during Offkai. It just, the group that we were in was so big at one point that I was just like, okay, I guess we're just not gonna eat today, that's okay. Which is fine because I don't normally eat at cons anyways. Cause I'm so like keyed up. Nor was I able to take any of my ADHD medication, which is fine because I was experiencing rushes of adrenaline like every 30 minutes. So that wasn't too much in question. I was getting free serotonin nearly constantly. Never had a pina colada before. Even if it's not alcoholic, I think it's great. I love coconut juice. I love coconut flavor in general. Free serotonin? Oh yeah. I was depleted of serotonin by Sunday. I went to a bunch of good places? Yes! All you guys were posting such good food. Where basically, we only ate food for sustenance the majority of the time. And then there was at one point where like my stomach hurt, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna eat half of this and that's it. I kind of wished that there was like, cause Sev can only stay till Friday. And so like on Saturday I was like, I wish there was someone extra here who I could eat food with. Because I can't eat this much food over and over again. Yeah, we had Pop-Tarts to bring, but we just kept forgetting to bring them over and over and over again. Oh! I didn't talk about the worst part because I kind of wanted to block it out of my brain. Okay, so you guys are gonna make fun of me for this, but it's okay. Because if you're in the Discord, you already know. You already know about this situation. Join my Discord if you want to join my Discord. But so on Saturday, I left earlier than Topania, and no, Topania went to a different event. Rian was hanging out at karaoke, but I left because I was like, I'm pretty tired. Like, I think I'm gonna get going. It was like 1 a.m. at this point. And so, you know, like, I'm chilling. I'm actively posting in Discord. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'm just eating chips and I'm watching Forensic Files. This is great. And Tapani and Ria messaged me like, oh, we're gonna be there, like, in a few. And I say, that's fine. Like no big deal. You guys could be as loud as you want. I sleep like a rock. Don't worry. Turns out that I had accidentally deadlocked the door. I don't remember doing this. I deadlocked the door on accident, and then I went to sleep, and then I would not wake up for anything. They called me like 20 times, and they banged on the door a whole bunch of times, and they got someone who was trying to break open the door, and they were about to get a crowbar before and they were stuck outside for like an hour and a half, bro. They were outside banging on the door for an hour and a half, and I didn't wake up. It was to the point where the guy who was trying to open the door for them turned around and said to them, are you sure that there's someone in this room? Yeah, it was me. I was in that room. Yeah, the only thing that woke me up was, eventually they gave up in being quiet because it was like quiet hours in the hotel, and they just screamed my name, and then I woke up. And you know what the worst part is? That I was half asleep at the time. And so Tapania is talking to me like man, it's like 4 a.m. You like we've been trying to get in for like an hour and a half, man. Like you just wouldn't wake up. And I look at her and I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like I wonder if this is a joke. And I think I might have just been like, oh. And then I went back to sleep. And then I woke up at 5 in the morning and I looked at my phone because I was like, what time is it? And then I realized that that wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke. I really did have like 20 missed calls. And they were calling the hotel phone line too. I wasn't waking up. They were banging on the door. I wasn't waking up. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, I don't even know what to say. That is so embarrassing. I still can't believe that. Yeah, I've always slept like this though. And I told them previously like, oh, you guys can be loud, whatever. Cause one time I didn't wake up when a fire alarm was going off above me. This was when I was younger. I've always slept like, do you sleep through your alarm a lot? Yes, and it's to the point where I change my alarm once a month because if I don't change my alarm periodically, my brain will get used to the noise and I will sleep through it. Nowadays, I put my phone on top of a really high shelf and so that it takes me a second, like my brain needs to wake up so that I can turn off my alarm or at least snooze it. Because if I don't make myself jump through like 30 hoops to snooze my alarm, it's over. Like, I'll sleep through it. Do you use earplugs? Nope. Nuclear bomb couldn't wake her up. Yeah, I'm the exact same way. Yeah, it used to be really bad where I would sleep through all sorts of different alarms. This current alarm that I have on my phone is somehow pretty consistently waking me up, but it used to be a huge issue. If you change to the Amber Alert sound, I would just let that child die. Like, I don't think I've ever woken up to the Amber Alert sound. Apple, welcome in. Yeah, I'm a super heavy sleeper. I've just always been like that. But I didn't know it was that bad. Apple, thank you for the 5-stream streak. You ever see those alarm clocks that are designed to run away on motorized wheels? Yeah, I used to do Android used to have a function where you had to do math to turn off your alarm, but the thing is that at one point I was just sleeping through that alarm instead of actually turning it off. Oh no, what I was doing was I would pull the back of my phone off and pull out the battery and go to sleep, and I wouldn't remember that I had done it. That's the worst part. Yeah, that was when I was like when I was in high school. Yeah, instead of doing any of the math, I just pulled out the battery and went back to sleep. Oh, man. Yeah, but it hasn't been an issue. Actually, you know, I think that the reason why is because I take my ADHD medication for narcolepsy, and I wasn't able to take my medication basically at all this entire trip because I was just missing my like time frames, and I was like, oh, it's okay. But I think that as a result, I was way more tired than I should have been, and I just like slept through it because I haven't, now that I think about it, I haven't had an issue with waking up to my alarm since I started Adderall. I think that it was probably that and alcohol. Cause I wasn't like belligerently drunk, like passed out drunk. I was just like tired. King Julian, welcome in. Pulling up the battery is faster than reloading. That's what yeah, no, my brain kind of just figured that out on its own, naturally. That was so bad. Yeah, but I bought them coffee, and I said, even if I atoned for 100 lifetimes, it would not be enough to atone for this sin. And I still feel that way. Sael, welcome in. That was so bad. I'm just gonna say it again. I sincerely apologize. And they were like, no, now, after they woke up, they were like, no, don't worry. In the moment, we were super pissed. But now that we've slept, we're like super okay. And I was like, well, that makes me feel very bad. I will wait on you hand and foot for the rest of my life. Porky, welcome in. Man, yeah, that was... I was just like, I can't. I was so embarrassed all day. So bad. I'm still embarrassed about it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. No. I've moved past it. You know, other than that, and they were like, this is an awesome con story to have. And I was like, yeah, but I did it to you. I'm the one who made it a con story. And they were making fun of me because when I woke up on Saturday, I was like, I think today's gonna be an evil day. Like, the vibes are evil. And they were laughing at me because they were like, why is that the first thing that you say in the morning? And I was like, well, I'm an empath, so I just intrinsically experience these feelings. And then in the morning on Sunday, they were like, I think that you were the evil that you sensed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But we had a fun time other than that. I'm sorry. I can't say it enough times. I can't say it enough times. Holy party foul. More like party execution. They should have killed me. They should have just killed me where I stood. I should have pulled out my sword and committed ritual suicide. No, I'm okay. The cosplay contest was fun. Apparently while I was in the bathroom, a girl fell off the stage and she kind of walked it off. And I was like, that stage was up pretty high. I bet that she's not okay. I hope you recover from that one day. I won't recover from that experience for a really long time. Like, probably 5 or more years. What else? What else happened? I'm trying to think. At least you weren't the one to fall off the stage, but I did mentally. Put it on your gravestone, I will. If you commit seppuku, I'll revive you. It's okay. If you revive me, I would just kill myself again. Even if shadows die twice, I'll do it. I'll die twice. Oh, I'm so gonna think about that before I sleep. For several weeks. Yeah, I mean, even if, I was already like, Was I normal in this situation? How normal was I in this situation? What kind of face was I making in this situation? Like, did I say something normal to this famous person? How about this famous person? Like, I'm trying to push those thoughts out of my brain really hard, but man, it's so hard. You know, I'm just a little guy. Ooh. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. I can't say it enough. So, like, I was like, wow, I'm around people I really respect right now. I hope I'm being normal. I hope I'm being normal. No, I'm good. Yeah, I think it was probably my medication that made it so I didn't wake up. It's okay. It's okay. Overall, Offkai was a really fun experience. San Jose is a really beautiful little area. I had never been to that area before. The train was really cute. There was like a whole bunch of block parties happening, which were fun. We went, I think that they really price gouge you there. There were so many places that like didn't have prices on their menus, and we were like, don't go to any place that has no prices, because we're about to get fleeced as tourists. And so we ended up going to just a whole bunch of random places. Oh, there was a place called Boba Bar. Yeah, they had special boba drinks made after VTubers. Oh my gosh, it was actually part of a company. Hold on. I know one of the girls. Connie Confetti was, oops. Was it Idol? No. Oh, I guess it was Idol. Yeah, it was the most recent Idol Core gen. They had their own flavors of boba there. And Rion got the one. Oh my god, what is her name? Do you know, it was so crazy because it felt like gibberish what we were talking about at one point. Where they were like, oh, you know her? Oh, I know her in her past life, but actually her past life is this. Oh, I know her from that. She must know this person's past life because, like, as her current life, she does this. Like, but we were throwing out names. Like, it was just gibberish. It was gibberish. It must have sounded like how people feel when, like, nerds speak to each other. And then people have, like, the same name as well, and so we had to be like, no, not this girl with the bear ears, not this girl. She streams for Irium now. No, not this girl. It was so hard to keep track of. I'm so glad that I'm named Citrus, because I feel like my name is pretty unique overall to the VTubing scene. Recently, reprint. That was what it was. Chroma Shift. That's what it was. Yes. Oh my god, I didn't know that it was a rebrand. Yes, that's the decal on the bag that I got. Chroma Shift. I was like, oh, these guys are part of Chroma Shift? That's weird. I thought they were part of Idol. Yeah, number of agencies that start with V. Makes it a little hard to keep track. Yeah, like there's like V Fleet, V Mirai, V Reverie. I'm sure that there's like 17 more that I'm forgetting, but there were just so many people. Oh, I saw the Vite Ramen guy. You know that guy who makes the Vite Ramen? I really should have gotten some Vite Ramen because they had special flavors. But he was there and he was half naked. I was like, oh, very on brand, because normally he's half naked. I found another citrus one? Really? Oh, I saw that one. Citrus sushi? Yeah. I feel like our branding is a lot different. What else did I see? I'm trying to think of what I saw in the dealer's alley. There was a lot of Phase Connect stuff, like Phase Connect meetups and meet and greets. They had 2 separate locations, one in the dealer's alley and one in the industry hall. It would have been really cool to talk to one of them, but their lines were wrapping around so much. I think that was what was making the biggest stink bomb. Like all of the really tightly wound lines. The only line that we really waited in was the Yabai Market line. And it was really funny because me and Tapania went in there because we were like, well, we got these 18 plus wristbands. Why don't we go at least look like, I've heard this is a big event. And also Jast was there, so I was like, I want to go see like what visual novels they have in the Jast area. So we go in there, and Topania sees one of her oomfies, Vividly Vivi. She's like purple. You probably recognize her, but she was with a VTuber who right next to her was completely naked, she had something extra there, and she was naked. And so Topania was like, oh, I don't know if I can go say hi. Like, it kind of seems like how do I approach Vivi when there's just this naked woman right there with her thing out. To feel when the Yabai market had Yabai things. No, that was fine. The issue was that she wanted to say hi, but she didn't know how to say hi without being like, hey, you're naked. You're naked right now. That's interesting. How interesting. And I was like, well, maybe the other girl is super naked because Vivi isn't naked. So like they're like yin and yang. But Topania only got the courage when she changed her extra thing to a girl's thing instead. And she was like, okay, this is less weird. This is just more naked. And I was like, yeah, you should tell her. What did I say to her? I was like, maybe you can do an icebreaker because she had inverted nipples, the girl who was naked. I was like, you should tell her that inverted nipples are actually a sign of breast cancer if they're new. So maybe she should go to a doctor if that's like a new sign. And she was like, I'm not saying that. I was like, yeah, that would just ruin any relationship that you that you make with this VTuber. I was like, I'm sure that they're natural. Don't worry. Icebreaker, go to a doctor. Yeah, I know. Well, cause Topania was just meandering around this screen for so long. I was like, well, you should. I was trying to make her laugh and raise her up by giving her bad medical facts. But she eventually did, and Jas was there. But they only had 2 visual novels, which was kind of crazy. They mostly had doujin, which I didn't know that they did. I didn't know that Jas also had doujin. Have you met the Menopause Lecture VTuber? No. Yeah, they only had 2 visual novels. They had Slow Damage, which I already own, but digitally. I should have gotten it physically, but I don't know why. I was just like, meh, whatever. And then they had, do you guys know Muramasa? That's like a really famous Jast visual novel. I've never played it. I've heard it's peak. But all they had was the DVD copies of Slow Damage and a $200 collector's set, Muramasa set. And it came in a beautiful, like, light shaded wood lacquer box. I was like, do you guys sell this? Like, just, but like not in the box? And they were like, nope, these are the only 2 visual novels we have. Like, we sold out of a lot of them on like earlier in the evening. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll come back. And then I didn't. But yeah, it was kind of interesting to see all the Yabai market stuff. Cause I mean, that stuff's not allowed at most conventions. So it was interesting to see like what people had. We did want to go to the Yabai market on Saturday because it was supposed to be bigger. But we didn't really see anything that was particularly interesting. They had a lot of boob pads, which I was interested in getting because I think that'd be good for my wrist. But none of them really appealed to me. I'd probably get one that was say-so if I got one regardless. You are now manually breathing? Not me, because I can't read. But yeah, that was fun. I don't know, I like doing new experiences, even if I'm not gonna get anything. And it was really funny too, because they had like this huge board. Okay, this is a unsay-so topic, so close your ears if you don't want to hear unsay-so-ness, because they had someone who was beckoning people to put stars on like their favorite tags. Like there was like wholesome and like big boobs and like tan lines and Futanari. And it was kind of crazy, but Futanari was winning by like a super long shot. I didn't know it was such a popular tag. Yeah, Futanari had it by a long shot, like double the next thing. I didn't know. But Tepanya had to put my star on for me. I put it on tan lines. Just not to brag, I will tell you which one I put it on. I have a say-so boo pad of Reimu from Toho Project. That sounds cute. What the heck? Hi, Bath. Yeah, but I don't know what the final tallies were. Yeah, by a long shot. Yeah, I can't remember what the other ones were. There wasn't too much that was, like, a contender, because Futanari was winning just so solidly. Everyone loves trans women in private. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to too much unsay-so stuff in general, so I don't know why that was shocking to me. And I guess I must be in the minority, because even Tepanya was like, oh yeah, that's really popular. And I was like, really? Really? I guess I just don't know nothing. Current Brazilian VTuber art that's been coming out lately? I haven't seen it. I don't see anything really on Say So on my feed. Just the occasional things that are written about love in deep space, but I keep my Twitter pretty clean. And oh yeah, you're so right. NTR did have a lot of stars, which was also surprising to me. I'm a huge fan of a loving relationship, so doesn't really appeal to me. Oh yeah, because they got some tan lines. I do like tan lines. But I've said this previously, I do like tans. Yeah, I wasn't joking about that one. Oh yeah. There was a really cute Brazilian Miku. Where did I see her? I think that she was just hanging out with us. But for some reason, I was like, you are so cute, just so you know. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Women love NTR dojins based on statistics, but in a different way. Yeah, actually, I probably shouldn't talk about this. This is like super unsay-so, but I did read a report on this. I read a sociological report on women's tastes versus men's tastes. And they're like pretty similar, but in different ways. Like I feel like sometimes women love NTR because like they're in a relationship that they're not satisfied with. But it feels like most people who are guys like the opposite way, like oh no, I don't know. I don't want to say it. But you know what I mean. Have you ever read one of those trashy romance novels? Yeah, it's like that. Like, oh, I'm being whisked away from a bad situation kind of thing. We actually went there because the one girl with us wanted to help NTR win. Very educational. Yeah, it was. Because, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm very knowledgeable about stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I felt like a wet chihuahua the majority of Offkai. But by Sunday, everyone was so tired. Like, there was so many times where, like, we would come up to someone that we knew and we'd just high five and be like, hey man. Yeah, oh man, I felt like I was falling back on knowledge so often because I was like, I got nothing else to say. I have no topics in my brain other than reports that I've read previously. Like, that was my go-to to talking to anyone. Like, what was I saying? Like, I was like, oh, I was talking about, like uterine prolapse with Tepanya at one point. I was talking about pelvic floor physical therapy. I was talking about, I was talking about with that dude, like, anthropology, and, like, other facts that I knew about anthropology sites. Because, like, I was like, I can finally talk about something! Yay! I'm so excited to not be, like, so education-brained. Do you see the wall of hags and tell them how wrong they are? No. Low-key, I was kind of worried that, like, one of you was gonna put me on there, so I was checking it periodically. Spent too much time in school. I did. I got no other brain cells. I was like, how do I be funny? And my brain instantly went to, Just tell weird facts. Citrus, just tell a bunch of weird facts and then people will think you're funny. And it worked sometimes. Well, you know, I don't know. I was just like worried. I didn't think that anyone would put me on there, but I was just like let's make sure that no funny business happens. I was busy with the Beyblade tournament. Yeah, I didn't really get to look at that. We were pretty close to the Beyblade tournament at one point, and I could like hear it going on, but we were busy talking to people. You got lucky? Good, because I'm not near menopause. I am far away. Oh man, so fun. Hag spokesperson. Did you know that you have rights as a hag? I should have put Citrus on there. No, don't do it. But I had a lot of fun. I should have gotten more merch. Me and Tapanya and Rion realized that we actually didn't buy any VTuber merch. We were actually commenting on the fact that this con was really funny because it was like VTuber merch, and then it was specifically shit that girls like. Like, it was like cute notepads and a sticky pad, like sticky notepads or Decora stuff to put on your phone. It was like, and Love in Deep Space had a huge presence there. I was like, this is just a con for male VTuber fans and female VTubers to buy things. Like, these two demographics are being represented like way too hard. I thought that was really, really funny. I did win a stadium? How was that? Oh, the Japanese one, which was the Grand Raffle. Oh, yeah, you posted a picture, I think. Did I see that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we should have gone to more panels, but we were really turned off after that one editing panel, unfortunately. They have to appeal to the female VTubers so the fans follow in? Yeah, isn't it crazy to think if you guys went to Offkai, it feels like nearly every girl who was there was a VTuber. Or in the rare instance, they were a cosplayer. I was bounced from that panel. Yeah, well, Nineville, I don't know if you heard me, but it wasn't really about editing whatsoever. It was just about how to become a professional clipper for a VTuber. It wasn't for VTubers at all. It was like, here's how you sell yourself. Here's websites to get YouTube jobs. Yeah, there's a website that I didn't know existed, YT Jobs, which was interesting. I kind of did want to look that up. But it wasn't about like editing techniques or anything. But I did take a picture of one of the YouTubes that they recommended that have like quick tutorials. Yeah, I kind of did want to look those up after it got all settled, but I really wanted to stream beforehand. I was like, okay, I settled down and I'm not sweaty anymore, and I pet my cat. Why don't I get ready for stream? Because I wanna talk and yap. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you guys are all here, and I'm so excited that I got to meet so many wonderful people. Hopefully we can connect again next Offkai too. Probably one for fans more. Oh, definitely. But the issue was that the panel was titled How to Make Clips as a VTuber or for VTubers. Am I an artist? No. I just have a lot of artist friends, but I would like to learn how to clip better. I feel like the clippers had some really good like advice, like just put out content. Just put out content. Like, don't think about it too hard. Don't get like anxiety about it. Just do it, which I thought that was really important to do. Artist and Filipina, stop. Boo. You're good at drawing my attention. Ooh, okay, that was a good one. Fine. Yeah, now I have a really cute little journal to write all my notes in. I didn't get to write everything that I wanted. Let me see. What else did I write? Oh no, I hit all my main topics. Was there anything else? Let me think. Any other life-changing moments? No, other than, oh my god, finally at like the end of the night on Sunday, cause I left earlier than Tepanya and Rion on Monday, but finally at the end we started talking about hot goss, and I was like, ooh, yes, and it was like all so, well, it wasn't like gossip about VTubers, it was just like, you know, totally cursed content, and I was like, this is what I want to talk to people about. I want to talk to people about crazy random shit. That it's been a long time since I've heard like some of the words that Tepanya and Rian said. Oh, it was so nice. I was like, this is what the con was meant to be. Did you eat anything good? All the food that I ate was pretty good. I had 2 really good al pastor tacos. Have you ever had al pastor before? It's like a marinated pork. It's in a adobo, I believe, and what's the spice? Maybe it's not adobo. I think it's it's a certain type of... Any comments on the person who was shitting themselves during Offkai Live? What do you mean shitting themselves? What do you mean someone was shitting themselves? What do you mean someone was shitting themselves? Like on God? Al pastor. Yeah, what is al pastor? It's what chili is it? Oh, achiote. I'm sorry, not adobo. Both start with A. Achiote paste. Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's made with annatto seeds, garlic, spices, and vinegar. I really like vinegar-based spices and sauces. Like, I really like vinegar-based hot sauces. Always has to be 1. I mean, people were complaining about the smell at Offkai, but maybe it was just me, or maybe my nose was really stuffy, because it was, most of Offkai, because it was beautiful out, but as a result, there was, like, really high pollen. So I didn't really smell anything too bad. I know people were complaining about it nonstop, but I wore a mask the majority of the con. And, oh, also I had on perfume too, so maybe that was masking it for me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sev. I didn't smell anything. I don't know. 2 people were just so stinky. Maybe I just avoided stinky guys. That's so sad. Well, c'est la vie, because all the women that I interacted with were wonderful and smelled excellent. I was so scared that I smelled bad. Me and Tepanya and Rion all had deodorant in our backpack. Because we were like, people keep saying there are stinky people here. We can't let that be us. We can't let that be us. And so, just periodically, oh my god, when I met Zuzu, I broke out into an insane sweat. It was so disgusting. I didn't expect to freak out that bad because I was like, oh, okay, I sent Zuzu a picture of me. Like, I was like, okay, well, you're gonna see me on the camera, so you'll see what I look like. But the second I started talking to her, I broke out into a terrible sweat. Like, I was drenched in sweat. My whole body was covered in sweat. And then I was like, Zuzu, I love you. And Tepanya's here if you want to talk to her. But I just broke out into like a really crazy sweat. So I'm just gonna take a picture with you and then I'm gonna go. Because if I stay any longer, I might pass out. And she was like, okay, bestie, I love you. And then I took a picture and then I ran to the bathroom and I put on a bunch of deodorant. Yeah, that was really bad. I've never done like a meet and greet before. Well, I have, but it was more casual. But even at that meet and greet, I didn't start like having adrenaline until the end, where like my legs started to shake really bad. But I just broke out into a terrible sweat. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think it was the adrenaline. Owl Sounds, welcome in. Offkai spit and greet. Oh yeah, there was like the spit and greet. I walked past it, but I didn't see where the spit was coming from. Saya, thank you for the 1 year subscription and being a home slice. Yeah, there was people selling deodorant. There were people selling deodorant, but I made sure I packed 2 different types of deodorant. I was super prepared, just in case. And I ended up breaking my little travel deodorant, so if I go to another convention, I need to bring another one. Yeah, it was called a spit and greet, and it did say, like, if you join this meet and greet, you agree to be spit on or something. It said something crazy as I passed it, and I was like, what does that mean? And then I walked away. Did any of you guys go to the spit and greet? I was kind of hoping it was like a 4D experience. Like, you know, when you go on like Shrek 4D at Universal or something, and it's like, oh, smell-o-vision, or oh, like someone sneezed, ha-choo, and then water like sprays out at you. That's what I was kind of expecting it to be. Like, oh, anyways, ha-choo, and then you get shot by like a little water gun or something. I don't know what else it was. I should have stayed and watched, but I think that we were just meandering at the time, so I didn't pay attention too hard. I met Nyaruchu. She's so cute. She has one of those, I don't know what they're called. It's like when you have like the whole doll face mask. I don't know how to explain it. What is it called? I've seen him for Idolmaster before, but she was so cute. She was so freaking cute and so sweet. And oh my god, the picture, the Polaroid that Nyaru and Topanya took together was amazing. I was like, I should bring a Polaroid with me next time because Polaroids take crazy good photos. Like, I don't need to see every single one of my pores in the photo. I hate digital cameras. Why do they look so ass when I can go buy like a disposable camera, like from, I don't know, like CVS or Walgreens and get better photos? Yeah, I saw a bunch of different meet and greets, but I didn't do any of them, mostly because I was so crunched on time before Offkai. There's a lot of things that I would do different for next Offkai, which I will definitely go to. 100 bajillion%. Yeah, the Checky. Yeah, that's what they took together. It looked so good. Yeah, as it was developing, I was like, Topanya, I need one of these. I've always wanted like a Polaroid. It's very Life is Strange core. I have one Polaroid that my mom took of me that I still have saved. Yara was deep into idol culture. Yes. I learned a lot of things about VTubers this weekend, like a lot. I now understand a lot. That's all I'll say. I now understand a lot. And you know what? It's crazy. What I will say is that a lot more people are from Florida than I thought. And there was one point where I would just turn to Topanya and I'd be like, is that person from Florida? Is that person from Florida? And like 80% of the time they were, which pisses me off because, you know, I lived like in the swampland. Like the orange farm is BFE. And so when I was growing up, it was like, man, I will never have a friend who's into anime. I will live and die with no friends who are ever into anime. But turns out I just needed to go to a metropolitan area because that's where all that shit is. I was like, how is this possible? I had no friends. How is everyone from Florida? I was stuck in the swampland. I was wrestling with alligators and everyone else was enjoying anime together? That's so bullshit. I mean, I would never go back, but I'm still like, I missed something critical. And the thing that I missed that was critical was living not in the middle of nowhere. So bullshit. Too shut in? Absolutely not. That was not the reasoning. The nearest anime club was 2 cities away, and my mom took me to it. That's how bad it was. Yeah, it was brutal. So I was just like, how? How? That's nuts. Yeah, same. I live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I didn't realize that if you just move to a metropolitan area, your chances of meeting someone who is in the shit that you're into increases dramatically. I got no one except you guys to enjoy VTubers. Yeah, I don't know anyone I mean, other than my VTuber friends who are in the VTubers. But I think that's okay, because most people, like, want to keep that on the down low. I mean, it's the same as being in the streamers. Like, people don't normally talk about, like, oh, I watch this guy. Ladybug and Cat Noir? Oh, you mean, like, Miraculous Ladybug? Yeah, well, I hope that you guys had fun during Offkai, and I'm ready to be back. I'm ready to be back to normal. Oh, man. Ladio, thank you so much for the follow. I'm just really thankful. But yeah, I've been roped into going to Holiday Matsuri, so I'll be there this year, I guess. Tapania and Rion kinda twisted my arm, and they were like, if you want to make it up to us for locking us out at night, you'll go to Holiday Matsuri, which I've never been to. It's a Christmas-themed anime convention that happens in Orlando, Florida, I believe. I've never been, and I've always kind of held a grudge because there was one time I was supposed to go as a teenager, and then my friends were like, oh no, we're not gonna go, and then they went without me. And I was like, I hate you guys. I'm never hanging out with you again. And so I didn't, and I still have not been to Holiday Matsuri. It's in December. So it's after my birthday. But it's a really big event for idols, and I've always wanted to go. But now that I live on the West Coast, I'm like, oh, I'll just read about it on the internet. It won't be too crazy. But they were like, you should come, we always go to Holiday Matsuri. And I was like, okay, yeah, I will come actually. That does sound fun. So I'll get to hang out with them before Offkai, before the next Offkai at the very least. I feel like I made a bunch of friends, and I love everyone. I'm very easily motivated, though. Come to MagFest? I don't know what kind of event MagFest is. I still could not kind of figure it out. Video Game, Art, Music, and Culture Festival. August 8th to 10th? That's really soon. Bleh. That is very soon, though. What kind of stuff do they do? Super Magfest? Oh! Oh. Yeah, I'll take a look at this. Cause the other Magfest had multiple booths at Offkai, and I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go to that. I hope Offkai is not in the US next year. It will be. It would surprise me if it wasn't in California again. And it didn't sell out this year. Last year, I know that it sold out. So it seemed like a pretty massive success. And we were commenting on it, but Offkai is like the first ever con that I've been to where people were at the event for so long after it ended. Like, they didn't want it to end. It was really cute. It was so freaking cute. Tipple was screaming on stream about what? Yeah, it was so cute. Like, everyone was hanging out. I know that some VTubers were actually on iPads, like, hanging out with their chat, like, in person. And they were kind of keeping the party going on, which I thought was really cute. I mean, I don't know how long. Officially, Offkai ended at like 5. Oh. Good for Rian. Rian waiting for her next payout to buy the ticket. Oh, for Holiday Matsuri? They told me it's open. Let me see. But it's like 6 months away. Yeah, how much is the badge? Oh my god, it's so cons are so expensive nowadays, wouldn't you say? Am I crazy? Does that not seem... Yeah, the most expensive that Holiday Matsuri can be this year is if you buy it like between September and December 21st, I guess. $110. Right now, it's $90. But it was $80 from June 8th to June 14th. Like, I don't know, it's just expensive. How many days? It's 3. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's only 3 days, which is fine. I do like a 4-day con though, because nowadays cons are like I need to prepare everything for it. So it's kind of like a mini vacation, even though it's hella exhausting. I guess that's just what happens when you get old. And when you get old and you have commitments to do, you can't just be like, I'm gonna go to a convention, then you go. Like you need to set everything up perfectly beforehand. Not too bad for a con badge, very true. But I'm just stingy. I'm stingy and I don't want to spend $90 to $110 depending on how annoying I am. Bleh. MagFest is 4 days? Ooh, that does kind of sound good. Okay, I'll think about it. I think I'm gonna go take a shower. But I wanted to at least talk to you guys today. I might stream on Wednesday. How does that sound? Cause I don't have school. So I might stream on Wednesday and then I might stream. Oh, I'm gonna stream everything normally other than that. But I really just wanted to tell you guys about how my weekend went. I had no time to do any type of talking other than in the Discord. So I was like, I need to get hot off the presses right now. But I had so much fun. I'm sure that you can tell that I've experienced so many life-changing events. And man, I'm so excited to stop. Jesus Christ. But I think I might let you guys go. How does that sound? I want to let you guys go because I need to unpack. I didn't even unpack. I didn't even unpack yet. I literally pet my cat. I ate some snacks. And I put on deodorant. And that's it. And then I was like, okay, time to go live. I was really surprised you streamed Monday because I wanted to. I wanted to. I was like, please. Well, okay, last week I didn't really get to stream either. And really stream for like an entire week. I need to get on that grind. I need to be on that grind set immediately. I have so many thoughts. That I want to get out of my system and I have so many new things I want to try and I wanted to talk about all of them before I forgot. And I wrote all of them down too, so I won't forget and I'm gonna do them all and it's gonna be so epic. And it's gonna be a good year, Home Slices is all I'm gonna say. Let's see who's streaming right now though. Oh my god, they changed like the entire setup of Twitch and it's so ugly. I really hate it. Let's see who's streaming. Oh! Yeah, all right, Nugget. Pray you don't get some secret flu in a few days. I feel like everyone who I talked to or who I hung out with wore masks, which I think helps a lot. But I'm gonna raid Nugget, my bestie who I missed. But if you have a sub, please use the sub message with the wigglies, and if you don't, use the one with the oranges. But I missed you guys and I will be back. It's finally Citrus Sunshine time. I'm so excited. But I will see you guys maybe on Wednesday, if not on Friday. And I'll have my schedule out, I don't know, in like an hour or two? Let's see. But I'll see you guys. Bye-bye. It's so nice to see you guys. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.